Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adnan Hanif, Class A, 15-15-2048. And now I'm going to present you my final assignment, Digital Bank and Genius. Introduction. A bank is an intermediate financial institution that is generally established with the authority to accept deposits, lend money, and issue promissory notes. Usually, banks are a reliable way to not only deposit and make loans, but also to manage wealth. But lately, the banking industry is undergoing a radical shift, one driven by new competition, changing business models, mounting regulation, and compliance pressures and disruptive technologies. And here are some of the cons of traditional banking as follows. For one, we have strict regulatory standards. Now, we all know these standards and regulation are required, so we all follow in line and all those stuff. But but some of these can be backfire because for simply adding too many number regulations that then banks and credit unions must comply with. With compliance can significantly strain resources and is often dependent on the ability to provide data from disparate sources. The other sense that fees tends to be higher. Yeah, and there is a lot of reasons for this. For one, you may besides checking and saving accounts, local banks often offer mortgages and other home loans and auto loans, credit cards, and other products. The downside is traditional banks typically charge more for everything and tend to have lower yielding saving accounts, CDs, and other saving account products. And one reason is simply because they also need to pay for their land fees and their taxes and they need to, and salary, which and they and many traditional banks don't need to attract new deposits, so they are not as motivated about higher rates, which is also lead to that you may earn less interest on money in saving accounts. The other reason is improper customer engagement. After a, cer- a lot of, after a certain crisis, it's like banks will try to find a way to to begin to expand their bouquet of service so they could return regain a lost trust after many people have lost their faith after many crises. But the problem is, in an age where accessing information and comparing products and airing grievances has become extremely easy, banks, banks need to avoid every slippery slope. They are likely to come across. They must deal with customer issues on an immediate basis while guiding them towards a seamless and unimpaired banking process. And the next one is security breaches. Now these ones are obvious with a series of high-profile breaches, heists, and all the all the crimes over the past few years. Security is one of the leading banking industry challenges, as well as major concern for bank and credit union customers. Financial institutions must invest in latest technology-driven security measures to keep sensitive customers safe, whereas as verification, end-to-end encryption, and your authentication. Another flaw is opening an account can take longer and may need to complete a paper application. This one is obvious because we all know we do. Most of us do not want to spend too many time where we need to be, and and traveling to the fact that we need to use paper at all can be quite taxing. And traveling to the bank for a simple title transfer fund was a challenge. Can be a challenge. And now here's my solution. Solution. Genius is digital bank app and bank. Genius is a digital banking application issued by BTP in 2016, the first known in Indonesia. This virtual bank application makes it easier for customers to make banking and payments. And now why Genius is here's the solution of the benefit. The application helps users carry out financial activities such as saving, transacting, or managing finances. Allows customers to have bank accounts with a flick of their phone. The efficiency and the use of customer data will allow digital banks to serve more customers than traditional banks. And now people can save on travel time, conveyance money. Moreover, it has become highly convenient for working class, elderly people, rural people in rural areas to carry out their bank work from the comfort of their homes. The benefits of geniuses. You have This is just a simply the benefits of Genius. So just a lot online banking as a whole. For one, you have the option to go paperless and get all your transaction history through monthly email. Back then, you probably not only need to went through grueling stacks of just going going through you sort out all your paper just to find a deed or proof that you paid for certain stuff. You also need you also the fact that you pay with paper at all seems to be a problem. But now you can just get all those through monthly emails, which you can also receive alerts for payment which are due through apps and emails. There's a back then you need to you physically need to jot out your calendar. You need to physically remind yourself that my payments are due, or my taxes, all that stuff. Now you don't need to do that because now your app can do it for you. Which if you for example if you're going to do need to pay your taxes for in 2 days time, the app will remind you you need to pay in 2 days time. You know, no waiting on bank, working hours, make transactions 24/7. This back then working, but you need to not only you need to travel to the bank physically, but you also need to wait for it, get in line, follow procedure, regulations, and there are certain days where bank will never available. This way, you're, you no longer need to wait to bank workouts. You can simply make transaction anywhere, anytime, and 24/7, and you don't even need to, and you can still access it even in holidays. This will save you a lot of benefits and crucial time. A strong data integration will allow a better risk model, more operation efficient, and better customer targeting. This allowed not only for you to have a easier time to manage your account, the bank will also have easier time for the employees as well because they don't need to work as long, so they will more likely have healthier working management. Another one that I have mentioned is the fact that with all these with the emails, you can actually have make purchase online shopping easier through the Genius. That simply as you can just make your transaction through the ATM yourself. You go to ATM yourself and gain the cash there. This is going to the my man and as might as well just going to be the question answer. We're gonna access Genius. You can simply download through any Android devices through Google App, for example. Full benefits the most. I already told you rural people and elder people have benefits the most as not only they can save more money that way, they can wait hang on. They can also save they can also save time so they don't need to go out as much. Why should people choose Genius? As Genius has already proven themselves to be a reliable sources of digital banking, I suggest it is actually a pretty good choice, a good first choice, as they are easy to follow and easy to learn. How does Genius affect the banking world? Well, the G, as of right now, 49% of generation or millennials, the next generation, are prefer doing banks digitally compared to traditionally. Because that way, with actually that way nobody they are more like the next generation are very more likely to fall suit. What innovation does Genius offer? Genius offer an easy to install and quick to follow and a very and very easy banking account where you don't need to where you can save a lot of hassles. But of course, there's also a flaw with Genius digital banking because everything has flaws. Nothing's perfect. And I'm going to show you some of it. For one, you have lack of personal bank relationship. At first, you may seem asking, why is this a thing? Well, it's simple. The thing is, well, it may lack of personal bank relationship. For the most part, you may able to handle your general banking needs by yourself. Yet, when problem arises, if you don't have a personal relationship with a banker, it might be more difficult to get your issues resolved. And while online banking still have customer service and department, you often need to work your way to a phone tray, wait on a hold before speaking with someone who has the, no knowledge of your needs of banking history. In contrast, a local banker is more free to serve their customer and strengthen their personal relationship. So this way, if you do not have a friend in the forces, you do not you get your if, once you have trouble, you're less than likely to get better. Yeah, it's simply can be yeah, even as it's convenience is always guaranteed, but it's not always faster. While it may take a very little time to deposit a check via a bank mobile app, you still need to wait for access to your money. Online banking provides convenience in terms of amount of time saved and travel or waiting in line. But but all deposits are reviewed and funds are released for access according to bank policy, which might take up to 3 business days depending on the amount deposited. So, a lim- which leads to potential, which is not problem of limited scope of services, which leads for services. Although you can do quite a bit with online bank cards, such as bank deposit, check balance, pay bills, and you can just take account for free, as you don't need to pay $15 for it. There are marginal limitations of the kind of services you can access. For for a while, you may be able to make an initial application or opening a new amount applying for loan mortgages, but in most cases, you only need to visit a branch to sign forms and show identity documentation. Similarly, even though you can transfer money to checking account or debit card in order to make purchases, if you need cash, you have to visit a branch office, visit and nearby ATM, so you need to physically go outside again. And just now find the convenience. And finally, the potential overspend. The ability to check account in the spur of a time could potentially cause some people to overspend the limits of their checking account. Without a careful look at your checkbook or record an unclear debit transaction, the account of balance may not be accurately reflect the true amount of it available. Overruns and fees may occur if you don't keep close on all transactions. So here's my conclusion. These are some reasons digital bank has become popular, and some of these, like the concept I mentioned, can turn some people off. But these are also some of the other positive pros are also strong reasons why you should choose digital banking in today's time. In fact, what is growing potential with each person, you can secure your finance future if you start now. That's it for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.